Page 61, Deep River. There's a lot of arrangements of this piece. It's a beautiful song, but this has to be one of my favorite. It's a short piece, it's a short arrangement, but it's really beautiful. Let's talk about a few things. This is in the key of E flat major. You need to do the scale on E flat major. Just find my scale video on E flat major. If you don't know the scale, do the beginner portion. If you do know the scale already, do the intermediate. Know that scale, it will help you out. Here, starting with the right hand, common time, 4/4 time, you start at 2/4. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and. See, the F comes on the and of 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the melody's the top note. Bring it out if you can. Third measure, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Third finger on the last note of the first line, and then here you can do 2/4 or 1/4. Probably 1/4 because you're going to need your second finger in a minute. It's a little awkward, but sometimes it's awkward. Second measure there, the second line's 1/3, and then a 2, and then the C flat, E flat. So don't hold the B flat down. And then in the third line down, we have these arpeggios, sort of. Watch the accidentals. And then next measure, A flat. And then here, that high note is an E flat. Lift up. This is a phrase here. Here, then lift up, and then lift up again. But go ahead and connect the C to the B flat. I don't know why they're phrasing it the way they do. You don't break that. That's unmusical. Connect it. And the second finger on the last note. Could be third. It's up to you. Last line. Next measure. Hold the E flat down as you play the A natural. And then you can lift up and come down. And again, 2/4 or 1/4. It's up to you. And that's the right hand. The left hand is all supporting here, so keep it soft, keep it down. It's here, E flat. They don't give you any articulation or nothing, no phrasing. But here in the last measure, the first line, connect the D to the B. The last note on the first line, you're using fourth finger. They're telling you use fourth finger again on the next note. As far as I'm concerned, you could use fifth finger there if you want to. The first chord of the second line, since you're playing fourth finger on the last note of the first line, you could use fifth finger there, if it'll help you. Second line, second measure, and the C flat A. Oh, that's a winner, ain't it? Then a here. Pedal's going to be connecting these, so don't worry about that too much. Third line, here, bass clef, treble clef, it's a B flat, A flat for the last note of the third line. Isn't that nice? Now we're back to bass clef. It's a C flat, second measure. It's a C, E flat, and then it's C flat, G flat. Keeps you going, don't it? And the last note, that E flat, has an 8 VA under it, or an 8 under it. Take it down an octave. So instead of here, go here. So it's basically, it's a very smooth and connected piece for the most part. It's just work it out very slow and connected, and get it, no pedal on this, just learn it first without it. I'm going to hold that 2 extra counts during the play with me, and then here. Alright, so you get all that worked out first. Look at the dynamics. It's soft at the beginning. It's a nice piece to go to sleep to. And then in the third measure over, you have that little swell. You get louder and then softer. To the E flat. We're headed for that. And then come back down. Now there's a little tricky in the hands here because they're in each other's way on this third measure. The right hand's going to be on top because it's got black keys. So the left hand slides in underneath it here. Second line is softer than that. It's very soft. It's like the first line is the statement. Gently statement. It's a soft statement, but then the second line is the answer, and it's even softer. Now you can crescendo a little bit to that half note in the second measure of the second line. You're soft. Now don't crescendo a lot, just a little bit. You're landing on that chord. And then you go right back to very soft again, and that's the melody. So the left hand has to be so soft you're practically blowing on the keys to get them down. The third line you can come up back up to soft. And then in the third measure you got that swell going on to here. And then come back down. Soft again. Now, second measure of the last line, we have a diminuendo e ritardando. Dim e rit. Diminuendos gradually get softer, and retardando is slowed down. So here in this measure, and it's only for this measure, you slow down and get softer. You're already soft, so now you're going to get even softer. So you're almost whispering at this point, and then lift up and then go on, but it's very soft. But it's all tempo. That tells you go back to your speed. That's really cool. Then when you get all that, add the pedal. Hopefully we won't mess it up too much by adding the pedal. The pedal is supposed to complement or support what's going on. A lot of times all it does is mess it up and cover up stuff. So we have to be very careful. Starting out is legato pedal. So I'm going to push the notes down and then the pedal. Keep it down, and I'm going to change pedal at the measures, which means I'm going to play the notes first and then lift the pedal up and put it down. I got the third measure. I recommend you change it with the half notes here. Because I don't want to keep this sound going when I'm up here. I don't want all of that. That's too much right now. So it's here, and then change pedal again here. And then the last measure, the first line, I would not pedal the first beat at all. Wait till the second beat, the half note, and then put the pedal down. And then lift it up right after you play the last note in the measure. And the second line is the same. Legato pedal, but after the half note fermata, lift it up with the hands so we get a little silence before we go on. Don't pedal the eighth notes. And again, at the end of the second line, lift it up with the hands before we go on. We want a little silence there. Now here, you'll have to decide which way you want to go. You can legato pedal this, and it comes out this way. Or you can separate it like they're telling you and have a little silence between the measures this way. You pick which one you like, and that's the way you're going to do it. I think for the purpose of the play with me, I'm just going to do it the way they're saying to do it and put in the silence. but that last measure, this, I'd lift the pedal with the D in the right hand, because I don't want this, I don't want to hear that. So I'll just lift it with the D. There, and that cleans all that out. Because we're getting softer anyway, so why not? And then last line. Second measure, you're only pedaling the first and third beats. There's no silence between them, you're just not pedaling the other beats. And I'm lifting the pedal after I play the A natural. No pedal on that, and then silence, and then we go on. And I'm lifting the pedal here on the next to the last measure at the bottom. I lift the pedal after I play the third beat. And at the end, the pedal and the hands all come up at the same time, sort of. You can if you want, or you can use a fade out pedal. If you use a fade out, what I call a fade out pedal, I'm sure it has a name, I can't remember right offhand what it is. The idea with that is you want to die away or fade out, so you just lift the keys up, keep your hands on the keys, just lift the keys up and then gradually lift the pedal up. Now if you're on an electronic piano and your pedal won't do that, then you simply reach up and you turn the volume down and let it fade out that way. Whatever it takes to make it work. So I'd like to play this slowly, and if you want to play along, go ahead. It's a slow anyway, Andante Espressivo. Andante is a nice leisurely pace. You'll find recordings of this. It's a vocal solo, supposed to be, but there's a lot of arrangements of it. Expressively, that's what we're trying to do, so we'll see what we can do. Try and bring out the melody if you can, and to do that you put a little more weight on those notes, which has the effect of pushing the notes down harder. I hate to use that term because it implies tenseness. So I'll have to do a video maybe on that someday, but put a little more weight. So those notes at the beginning, we want the G, that's the melody. So it needs to be louder than the E flat. If you can, don't worry about it. That's what we want to hear. If I play at the beginning everything the same, it's this way. And it's just but bring out the melody. It really makes a big difference. I'm going to give 4 counts, and I'll come in and you come in and everybody comes in out of the rain. We'll right hand here, left hand here, whichever. Puts on the pedal. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3. Hold 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4.